The empowered approach to astrology sees you as the conscious co-creator of your own life experience, rather than just being someone who's prone to their patterns. If you'd like to experience this approach in action, feel free to schedule one of my Empower Hour consultations. You can find those at the link above. You're not making bad decisions quite as much as you might think that you are. You see, what ends up happening is we tend to fall prone in life to thinking that if something isn't going right, then we're wrong. And you know what? That's not really always the case. Sometimes we're just dealing with a situation that's not going to budge at all. Sometimes we're dealing with a situation that's not going to budge right this very moment. And sometimes we're dealing with a situation where we just need to recognize that we are not that situation that we're trying to solve. Now, you might be thinking, well, of course, I know I'm not that situation that I'm trying to solve. I'm a person, not a situation. Yeah, but you see, here's the funny thing. When we get really wrapped up in a particular goal that we're trying to achieve, we begin to identify with that particular goal. We very deeply go, here is me, that is what I want. My energy has all of its intent focused on that. So therefore, we begin to be in a space where we're identifying with the outcome that we're trying to achieve. Now, we begin to have our ego, our pride, all wrapped up in what we might or might not be able to accomplish, rather than simply moving from the heart, knowing that this is something that's right, that perhaps we have a responsibility to do a certain thing, and simply focusing on doing our best and applying ourselves to the situation, but doing so in a manner that is just authentic, not just coming across going, right, must have this at all possible costs, regardless of what I have to do in order to alter the situation, right? You're not making poor choices in this situation that you're dealing with. Your decisions are coming from a space of righteousness, of really just trying to do your best, of making the best choices that you feel you can possibly make, both for yourself and anybody else who might be involved in your situation. So, why do you want to think that it's a matter of choices and the decisions that you're making? The moment you go into that is the moment all of a sudden that when something doesn't work out, your pride gets hurt. And then we suddenly fall prone to all of these thought patterns of, I'm not good enough, or I'm a loser, or I'm not made for this. When in reality, it's none of those things. It's just the fact that you're dealing with the situation where you need to begin to trust in yourself a lot more, right? That's really hard for a lot of people. You know, we've been conditioned by the world that we exist in that if we're not like, uber successful by societal standards, not even by our own standards, but if we're not uber successful by a certain age, then we're failures. This leads to all sorts of things in our lives, like following, career choices that aren't really aligned with us simply for the fact that we feel that we have to achieve or attain a certain level of status in order to be a successful individual rather than just being who we are and letting everything else fall into place, which ultimately is the real success. Because if you think about it this way, if you attain a level of status or success by not being true to yourself, you're going to have to maintain that, and you're not really going to feel that successful. If you'd like to learn how to feel more successful and walk a path of purpose and passion and actually thrive on that path. I have a new program, the Success, Purpose, and Prosperity Plan. You can find information about that here. But we should never identify with what we're trying to achieve, whether that be a career goal, a certain level of status, or simply solving a situation where we have a responsibility to take care of other people. And, at those times, we begin to feel like a lot of pressure because it feels like everything is on edge. And like if we don't achieve something, then we're going to be dealing with the real problem. And so at that particular instance, we begin to so deeply get wrapped up in what we're focusing on trying to shift that we identify more with the problem rather than the solution. All you need to do at the present moment during Venus's transit of Purva Ashadha Nakshatra is to focus on the solution. And that solution you already know. You're already doing it. It's coming right from here, right from inside of you. You're applying yourself to the situation from the space of righteousness, just doing the best that you can. You just need to shift getting wrapped up in all the ups and downs of the situation. And I know that's easier said than done when you're dealing with something that especially makes it feel to you like you're walking the razor's edge. Here is a way that you can approach that, though. Take all that energy of anxiety or concern or frustration, shift it and turn it into feeling invigorated to put your energy and your passion into the situation as wholeheartedly as you can. But recognize you are not the outcome. Just because there's resistance, there's no need to lose self-esteem. All you need to do is to keep flowing straight from the heart in authenticity. And if you could use a little bit of help in doing so, my Empower Hour consultations, once again, are a great way to go. You can schedule one of those in with me at the link you'll find above. That's going to do it for this look at Venus's transit through Purva Ashadha Nakshatra, which takes place from the 12th all the way through to the 22nd of December, 2022. Until next time, please do take the very best care of yourself. Bye now.